Hello everybody, this is a vintage cube draft. I have, well, quite the pack ahead of me, don't I? I have Mana Crypt, MOX Pearl, and Ancestral Recall, which, well, those are some of the most powerful cards in the cube right there. So I'm having a hard time immediately gravitating towards one. I think in the dark, Mana Crypt enables the most broken starts, and there's no promise that we end up blue. MOX Pearl is a fine card, and will help accelerate us. I think what we're supposed to take is the Mana Crypt. I mean, what are we looking to wheel here? Chandra, Vrinwing Mare, Garrick. Thieving Skydiver is really good with the Mana Crypt. I think I'm supposed to take the Mana Crypt though, so we will. Now we have Balance, Vendilion Click, Deranged Hermit light up the stage, Expressive Iteration, Thalia, and a land. I'm gonna be real, most of these cards aren't that good. They're okay. Expressive Iteration's, I think, the most on average powerful card in the pack. It just does the most for what it has written on the card. It's hard to make it really bad. I kind of just want to take the land, an island, swamp, mountain. I think I will. Now we have a Ragavan, which is an extremely good card. A Fractured Identity, which is fine. It's definitely powerful, but it kind of forces us to at least splash one of those colors. Venser, Ravenous Chupacabra. And a Blade Splicer. Well, if we're playing mono red, Mana Crypt does get much better in that deck. Can ramp out some pretty mana intensive stuff pretty quick. But I think Fractured Identity might be better. I'm gonna go out on a bit of a limb, and I'm gonna take the more expensive card for once, because we have this to make it better. Now we have just Avalanche Riders for the mono red deck, but we have 3 black cards, Mana Leak, Edric, and a couple of lands. So the Verdant Catacombs does get the Xander's Lounge. The only other consideration is Mana Leak, and I do like Mana Leak, so I think I will take it over the fetch. Now we have Cryptic Command. See, this is the kind of way to make me draft control. Just, give me a Mana Crypt, give me a Cryptic Command, and I'm kind of stuck though. That's the problem. I do want to draft strategies that deploy things and start going to town earlier, but I just keep getting past insane cards. We'll take the Cryptic Command. Now we have Kaito, Seagate Stormcaller, and Blightsteel. Wheel of Fortune's really good with fast mana. Just spit out your hand and then wheel. There's also Blightsteel, and if we end up in blue, there's a chance that we can end up dumping something like this into play for free with a Tinker. Just based on that, I think it's probably better than the Seagate Stormcaller or the Repeal. We'll take it, because it enables the most broken strategies. Now we have a Geist and a Retrofitter Foundry. I've been impressed with Retrofitter Foundry, but I think maybe I want the Geist instead. It's a bit of a tough call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Geist would have to be the last card in the pack for us to get it back, or so, but I think it's still what we're going to go for. Now we have Metal Worker. And we already have Mana Crypt, Retrofitter, Blightsteel, Colossus. So we're definitely on the right track towards Metal Worker. Otherwise, it's Emrakul, Winds of Abandon. I think we're gonna try and go big here. We'll take that. Whew, well, we got back kind of what I expected. Chandra, Garrick, Brain Wingmare. If we're looking to actually cast any of these cards, the most castable cards are Vren Wingmare and like Chandra and Garrick. Mutavolt's not bad, but I think we're a little color intensive. I don't know if I want that. I think I'm going to take the Ashen Rider for the sideboard because there are strategies that would be good for that. Now we have Light Up the Stage, Tangle Wire, Thalia. I think we're going to... Tangle Wire's not good. I don't think we're playing any of these other cards. We'll just put that in the sideboard for now. We do have some white mana, so it's not impossible that we end up with Blade Splicer. Swift reconfiguration is fine. I think Blade Splicer is a little better. It does make an artifact after all. Extraction Specialist. I guess I can see a world where that does something for us. Oust. Oust isn't bad. We'll take it. Lurrus. Lurrus is actually a consideration. We could make use of Lurrus. And if we end up with enough fast mana, we can actually make use of the Ravages as well. Now what I'm looking for is like another MOX, maybe a couple Signets. Dark Depths? Well, that's not really going to do it. We might take the Smuggler Sculptor though. We can turn it on with the Metal Worker. Doesn't really require a shitload of work. Oh, we also have the Thespian stage. We'll take the Dark Depths on the chance that we get the Thespian stage back. Now we have Show and Tell. We do already have the Blightsteel, but there's a sneak attack. It's a tough call. We're more likely to get the Show and Tell back than the sneak attack. There's also a Tellurian Academy. Considering we have the Metalworker, Retrofitter Foundry, and the Mana Crypt, Tellurian Academy is a consideration. But I don't really know if it's really good enough. I think we'll see if it wheels, and if it does, then we'll take it. Now we have Narset, which is really good, although we passed up on a wheel earlier. Dig Through Time and Rakdos Signet. Rakdos Signet does make our Mana Crypt much better. Narset doesn't really work with the Mana Crypt too well. We're not getting the Narset back though. And Narset does find combo pieces like Sneak Attack. There's a Mishra's Workshop, so if we wanted to go all in on the artifact plan, this is our opportunity. So I think we do take it. There's a Through the Reach, so we have a backup plan now. We just need to get another payoff. We have Through the Breach and Sneak Attack. Otherwise, we're taking like Get Probe, maybe Lotus Bloom. But no, we'll take Breach. Lion's Sash is an artifact. It's also Graveyard Hate. There's also a Hollowed Fountain. And a Sacred Foundry, huh? Sacred Foundry or Hollowed Fountain. Take the blue-white. Oh wow, a Gilded Drake comes our way. Not gonna lie, I really like Gilded Drake. I think it's one of the more undervalued cards in the cube. So we will take it. Ooh, now we have a Smokestack and a Sundering Titan. We also have an Island Mountain Plains, which is exactly the colors we're looking for. I think we have to take the Triome. We can have more colorless things to at least cast with that. We can't find another Triome that's all of our colors. Well, we can dump an Iona into play with Show and Tell, but Sneak Attack and Through the Breach doesn't do anything with those. Gideon Blackblade's not really what I'm looking for. I don't really think any of these cards are, like, really gonna see much play in my deck. Guess the Gideon has a higher chance, maybe? No, the Iona has a higher chance. Well, the Show and Tell comes back. But we already have Through the Breach and Sneak Attack, so I think I'm taking the Gruul Signet. Now we have Thousand Year Storm, Nahiri, and some stuff. We're going to take the Nahiri. It's definitely a powerful card. Our mana is a little rough, I'll admit, and we didn't get back the Thespian stage like we wanted to. There's an Inkwell. Also a Thirst. I think we're taking a Thirst here. Inkwell's fine if we get Tinker, but otherwise it's extremely difficult to cast. Now we have Expansion Explosion, History of Benalia. Take the Expansion Explosion, put it in the 2-drop slot. At this point, Armageddon is just an extra Ravages of War, and we're not playing Koth. Interesting pack too, and now we have a Mox Emerald. That's going to definitely make our fast mana even better. Pretty happy about that. Really sad to pass up on the Bribery, because that's an even better game plan, in my opinion, than hoping we draw into the Sneak Attack and a payoff. But I can't really pass up on the Mox, unfortunately. Now there's a Winter Orb. We have a Mana Crypt, a Mox, and also a Mishra's Workshop. I mean, we can get back the Winter Orb. We're not getting back the Steam Vents, and we want to cast our spells, so I'll take the Steam Vents. At this point, Dark Depths is not making it in. Although there are lines where we can, like, try to metalworker our way into it. That's just probably a worse game plan than most of the others we have. We're kind of banking on the Sneak Attack and Through the Breach plan. Trinket Mage. I think at this stage, Trinket Mage is worth it. Teferi's a very good card. Golos isn't bad. Stoneforge Mystic doesn't get anything for us. We didn't take the sword. So yeah, I'm just on Trinket Mage. Pretty happy to see. Usually I end up getting it and I just don't have more than one thing that I can go grab. There's an Ancient Tomb. Also, Reality Chip, Phyrexian Metamorph. I think I'm going to be taking the Phyrexian Metamorph. Unfortunate, because I do need more stuff at 2 and 1. But, like, Ancient Tomb, we already have the Mana Crypt. It's not like we're casting that much stuff ahead of time anyway. Yeah, we'll just take the Metamorph. It is just a better card. Echo of Eons is fine. Relic Warder is solid. Mox Diamond. A little expensive with its card cost, but I think it's fine. I think I will take it. So presently our only real payoff is Blightsteel. So we do need something else, but I mean, we have some mana sinks. Well, Goldspan Dragon's a really good card. Karn is fine. Is it Karn? Karn does dig, but I don't know if that's good enough. I think I'm on the suspicious stowaway. No, I forget that this also makes golems. Monastery Mentor. Now that's the kind of card that can really get there. Let's see. Hullbreaker Horror can get us some Infinite Storm with Mox Diamond and Mana Crypt, but I think we're just going to take the Monastery Mentor as a potential win condition. Now we have Glorybringer, Wall of Omens, and Porcelain Legionnaire. I'm going to take the Porcelain Legionnaire because it is an artifact. Now we have Batterskull, but we didn't take the Stoneforge earlier. We have Gideon, which is fine. Just doesn't really do anything. Then we have an Island Mountain. An Island Mountain Forest, no less. Yeah, I think I'm just on the Bone Crusher for early game interaction. Now we have Emery. Gonna take Emery. Think it's better. Well, actually, there's also a Goblin Welder. It's rough. Goblin Welder doesn't do anything for us. Abbot and Mind's Desire. I don't think we're playing either of these cards. We're not playing any of these. A little rough. Direfleet, Daredevil, and Ignite Memories. And then a Relic Warder. I think we'll take the Relic Warder. Scrubland, Firebolt, we'll take the Firebolt. Nurturing Peatland to the sideboard. Yeah, not gonna lie, that was a bit of a rough one. I don't really think we're gonna be playing the Through the Breach or the Sneak Attack. I just don't think we need to. I guess we could play one of them. We'll play the Sneak Attack. Yeah, we could put it in at someone's end step. We can also put in stuff like Gilded Drake, and that's pretty good. Might be better to just play Through the Breach though. We could do the same thing, but it's also an instant. Only costs 1 mana more. We have some mana, I don't think that's a big concern. -1 Sneak Attack, +1 Through the Breach. Nahiri the Harbinger also is a way to get out the Blightsteel. Expansion Explosion is kind of interaction. Bone Crusher and Firebolt are actual interaction. Oust. Oust might not be worth. I guess it's fine if we're trying to stymie aggression. Otherwise, it's kind of bad. We have the Mishra's Workshop, which I think we play. We have Metal Worker, Phyrexia Metamorph, Porcelain Legionnaire, Gruul Signet, Retrofitter Foundry. No, that's not enough. We didn't even get back the thing that keeps the lands tapped. We didn't even get that back, so it's kind of rough. Keep the Triomes in. Cut the Dark Depths. Mana's gonna be rough. 4 lands. Takes us to 27 cards. Need to cut 4 things. Blade Splicer. Abbot? Could Abbot be the cut? I guess. Avid's pretty bad with some of the stuff we have going on. I think Retrofitter's a fine game plan. I don't think we can cut any of those top end cards. Maybe Expansion Explosion isn't worth. So with 3 Moxes, I think we can afford to play the 16 lands. Might even, actually, I don't think I want to go to 15. Our curve is relatively low, but I don't really want to risk it. We'll just put in lands here, and 633, what does that give us for sources? Let's put all these in a spot over here. So for islands we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sources. It's fine. Mountains we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sources. A little rough, probably gonna -1 island there. And then for plains we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then a Mox Diamond, I guess. The Relic Warder is looking a little bit greedy. What are we playing instead, though? That's the real question. It's not Tangle Wire. I guess we can play the Ashen Rider. Minus the Relic Warder. Bring the sneak attack back in. So now we have Through the Breach, Sneak Attack. Through the Breach and Sneak Attack work for Ashen Rider and for Blightsteel. Metal Worker only works for Blightsteel. Then we have Thirst for Discovery. Only Thirst for Discovery to loot it away if it's in our hand just rotting. I think that's enough. Yeah, we need another land though. What are we cutting for a land? I don't know. It's not Fractured Identity. That's too good. What is Emery actually recasting? I mean, I guess it can just cast whatever gets milled, but I don't really know if that's a good game plan. Yeah, I think Emery stays in the sideboard for now. We could bring it in if it seems like they have a lot of artifact destruction. Then we plus up on 1 mountain, right? Yep. Good. I'm not super duper enthusiastic about this deck, but I think it has some power in it. I think I have a MOX, a bad MOX and a Mana Crypt, and that's more than a lot of decks have. We just have to out-busted some of the busted decks. And that's definitely possible. See y'all in the first game. And we've made it, but we have lost the die roll, as usual. We have a hand that does kind of nothing. No speed, no early plays. So we are going to mull. Our opponent is probably just going to keep their 7. This looks substantially better. Only question is, what do we put on the bottom? I think in the dark we put a single island on the bottom. Hope to draw some lands. We just need a payoff. We have the Through the Breach, which we could theoretically cast as soon as turn 2. which would obviously be pretty nice, but I'm not counting on that. Well, you know, I said something and we drew a Blightsteel Colossus. We'll play out the mountain. We'll pass the turn. Now all we need to do is draw a land, literally any land at all, and have them tap out. And we have the turn 2 Blightsteel with Through the Breach. You know, that would be pretty sweet. That'd be a good way to round off game 1. Ooh, well, there's a Karn. I do think we play the Karn here. Yeah, I mean, nothing to do but do it. They don't have a counterspell. We're going to immediately make a creature. It is 2/2. Pretty happy with that. Next turn, I think we might just end up making another one. What you got? They're going to play a Sorcery Speed Thieving Skydiver for 1. That's certainly good. It's not bad. Oh, they just take the Mana Crypt, of course. Why would they take my stupid Construct token? Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. We're gonna make some decisions here. Retrofit or Trinket Mage. They give us a Trinket Mage, fine by me. We'll pay 2 life, play out a Trinket Mage, go get our MOX. I would love to. We'll play it this turn as well. Swing for 2. They decide to block, that's fine with me. It's 1 less creature to potentially block the Blightsteel Colossus. Next turn they might give us a land. What I'd love to see is them tap out for something bad here, or something that they think will win the game. Skyclave Apparition. What does that get rid of? Trinket Mage? Oh no, actually gets rid of Karn, I always forget. Pretty good, I guess. They have a lot of answers in their hand, I suppose. However, we drew Sneak Attack. Well, we're going to attack. They decide to block. We make a 4/4, and we'll play out our Sneak Attack. They're biding their time, but I think we'll be able to get there. They want to flip, that's fine. We're not looking to get them with combat damage. Sun Titan. Gets back Skyclave, kills that. Understandable. Well, I'd like to draw a land. I'd really like to draw a land. We do draw a land, we'll Mox Diamond now. We'll discard this, and this makes any color, right? Yeah. And we're going to Fractured Identity there, Sun Titan. Alright, we'll get back the Trinket Mage. Although at this point I don't think we have any targets. We do not, because the Retrofitter Foundry is under there. But it is a creature. At this point they're in danger of just dying to combat damage because we have a 6/6, a 4/4, And if they ever block with this, another 4/4. And they have a Mana Crypt in play. So things are looking a little rough for them. But they do have 3 cards on hand, and a lot can happen if you're playing blue and white. Is this their own fractured identity? Batterskull. Batterskull's fine. I think we just right-click attack all. I would love to have a mountain. Thanks. They can block the Trinket Mage if they want to. They're going to double block. Well, I am going to kill the Skyclave Apparition. Oh, I actually get to kill both here? I forget. Yeah, we would love to have a 4/4. Another 4/4. And at the end of their turn, we have to decide whether or not we want to Blightsteel. They want another flip. Interesting. Wall of Omens. Well, that doesn't block too well. It's just a redraw that saves them a little bit of life. Equip Batterskull. Yorion. That's pretty unfortunate for me. We can through the breach anyway. I think we have to. Do we through the breach now? I think we have to, yeah. Put a Blightsteel into play. A little unfortunate to draw the Mentor there, but I don't think we have too many options besides just slam jam, hope for the best here. Yeah, if we attack with Blightsteel, both of these and this, they block the Blightsteel with the Wall of Omens. One illusion here, one illusion here. Take 2, gain 2 life. So we just attack with the Blightsteel. Yeah. Play out the Monastery Mentor. They're going to gain 8 in the air next turn. Pretty unfortunate. Take 3 from the Crypt, but it doesn't matter because they're about to gain 8 back to 20. They've kind of had it all here. The Yorion, way to steal the Crypt, consistent interaction to keep me from doing the thing I wanted to do. Oh wow. Well, I don't know what they have in their hand, but I feel like that can't be the right decision. Caracas. Yikes. Pretty brutal. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they just have the perfect set of cards here, there's not really anything I can do about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Fair enough, I suppose. Draw another card, get another free 4/4 with Vigilance and Lifelink, and I draw land. Not really interested in playing this game anymore. Well, we don't really have anything that can deal with Yorion. We just have to hope they don't draw it, which is not a very good bet. Ideally, they don't always draw the Skydiver to steal one of our cards as well. Yeah, we'll just take the play. And we have a MOX, a Steam Vents, and a Retrofitter. That's it. I mean, no white mana, so we can't cast this. Way far away from triple blue, so we can't cast this. All we can cast is Retrofitter and Bone Crusher. This is better. Much better. We're going to keep this and put one mountain on the bottom. Of course, they keep a full hand. Why not? Is there an argument for putting the Xander's Lounge on the bottom? Yeah, there is. Okay. Play a Triome, pass the turn. Then we have 2 draws in the deck that make the Blightsteel live. Esper Sentinel. Cool. It's a really good sideboard card against what I'm doing, I guess. Or it might be main deck. Either way, it's pretty brutal to see. I would not like to pay 2 life. I'll just pass the turn. What's next? Thalia? Thraben Inspector? Okay. Sure. There's a Through the Breach, so that's good. We'll play out the mountain, pass the turn, and hold up this Mana Leak. Take some damage. Geist of St. Traft, huh? Damn. Well, it is a good card, but I don't really think it puts us under the gun. I don't think that's something I want to counter here. I would not like to pay 2. Okay, so what we need is for them to tap out and attack with all their creatures. Now what would kill me here is a Time Walk effect. Fleet Spellbinder, huh? Well, we are going to attempt to counter that. I don't think I pay, because it plays around days. Okay. Now if they have a swords, I guess we just lose the game. But we don't really have too many options here besides going for it and seeing what happens. Our opponent just has, like, really good game plan against what we're doing. I can't pay. There's a Blightsteel. See if we get to go to combat. Beats for 11. Pretty disgusting, to be honest. Yeah, good job, opponent. Just had everything they needed. Well, sometimes that's how Magic the Gathering goes. You draft a busted deck and your opponent just has the optimal kinds of interaction and always the amount of mana they need. Maybe round 2 will be better. See y'all there. Okay, we won the die roll. That's a change of pace. And we have a pretty good hand so far. I think we're going to keep it off the back of the Porcelain Legionnaire and... Jeez, this is kind of all mana. I think we keep it anyway, but it's a little rough. I think we start with just Island. Hopefully they don't have anything too insane to punish us with. It's not like we really lose a whole lot by not going for the gold this turn. Hey, it's Darude Sandstorm. They're one of the best, have some of the highest trophy counts in the whole cube. I think we play out the mountain here. And we just pass and hold up the stomp. I don't think we're served too much by playing out the Mana Crypt and the Signet. Well, they have a MOX. Basalt Monolith, okay. I see your Basalt Monolith and I raise you some stuff here. I don't think we play out the Metamorph, but we can play out the Mana Crypt. Can play out the Gruul Signet. And then we can play out the Porcelain Legionnaire. I think we keep the Metamorph and the Bone Crusher at home for now. If there's something we'd like to play that's a little strong, we can get our own. A little sad that we have all this mana and no way to cast the Ashen Rider, but we do have 2 different ways in the deck to get it, and we have some card draw spells and stuff, so we just have to get there, and in the meantime survive whatever these 5 cards are. Now, we either drew, in their mind, the Mana Crypt or the Signet that turn, because most people aren't going to wait to play those out, so they probably think that we have some 2 mana interaction. There's it already. Well, I'm going to not do anything about that. They have plains. They discard 1 land. That's acceptable. Coalition Relic, huh? Not liking where this is going, I'll be honest. We can kill the Duretti with the Stomp and the Porcelain Legionnaire. And I think we do. Tails never fails. Gilded Drake. I like Gilded Drake a lot. Is there any merit to Coalition Relic? Not really. We need double black and double white. Right now we have neither of either one. So I think what we do is we just do the Gruul Signet. Bonk the Duretti. We should have done this post-combat. Now they can kill the Legionnaire and I actually don't get to kill it already. Pretty stupid of me. Noob move. For people who don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I need to be using my heuristic more. Look both ways before crossing. Where we consider other possibilities and check for other lines of play when something seems a little obvious. Because it might be unsafe to just cross the road without looking. They're not going to shock in the steam vent, so whatever they have costs at least, or at most, the amount of mana they have here. Basalt Monolith being tapped feels nice for me. Now what I wouldn't want to see here, I don't know. No idea. They only have 3 cards though. Coercive Portal. Well, we have a Phyrexian Metamorph, so I feel pretty okay. Once again, Tails never fails. Cryptic Command. Well, we can't cast it, so we're just going to go with the Metamorph here. We'll make our own Coercive Portal. Although I think ours is better because we have combo potential. I could be wrong, but I have no idea what's going on in their hand. It seems like the kind of deck that might be storm-oriented, but with 2 cards in hand, I'm kind of... I'll go with Homage. No sense in voting Carnage anyway, it doesn't actually matter. If they vote Homage, my vote doesn't count for anything. Coalition Relic does not have a charge counter. They have 4 cards now. I have to imagine they have something to do. Hopefully it's a big dumb creature that we can exchange for the Gilded Drake. That'd feel pretty nice. Notably, we only have 2 lands in our top 11 cards. Every time I draft MOX Diamond, this ends up happening. I just feel like I'm getting punished for something I did in a past life. Well, they're taking their time. Here we go. Custody Lich. Yeah, not gonna lie, don't like it. Not really a whole lot I could do about that one. And we have to sacrifice the Porcelain Legionnaire. Yeah, we'll sacrifice the creature, alright. So what would be ideal is if we drew specifically a way to dump the Ashen Rider into play or the Gilded Drake. We're going to choose Homage, because if we choose Carnage, they just can vote Carnage, and I think we get kind of screwed there. Ooh, Narset's actually pretty good. We'll choose Heads. Tails, we lost the flip. Okay, well, here's where things get interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. We don't have triple blue. We don't even have double blue. This has been pretty rough. This Cryptic is just doing nothing. Ashen Rider also doing nothing. We've just drawn miserably this game. If we play out the Karn and they remove the token, we do just lose the Karn as well, and we're behind more than 1 card. Gilded Drake at least gets us a Custody Lich, which isn't great. Narset we can't cast, so our only legal plays this turn are Karn, Gilded Drake, and this. So I think we play out the Gilded Drake and the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. Alright, we're gonna play out a Gilded Drake. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll play this out. Not super ideal, but we do have two creatures in play. And they both do beat down pretty hard. We still have to vote homage. They have 6 cards in hand now, and their cards are actually castable because they drew 4 lands and 3 mana sources that aren't lands. We are 13 cards through the deck and we have seen 2 lands. At this stage of the game, where I guess we're playing a 6 land deck. Means we have 14 left in the deck, more than half of them are lands. And we also have a MOX in there, so that's 15 cards. We draw 2 a turn, chance of missing is pretty low, less than 25%. Whether or not we get there, that's the real question. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Well, if we ever draw blue mana, we can... Oh, they're just gonna bounce a Custody Lich. Cool. Fair enough, I suppose. Pretty gross. Yeah. Choose heads again. They're going to vote. I mean, at this point, do we just vote for Carnage? Still can't do anything if we do, so we have to vote homage. There's a Mox Emerald and still no land. Retrofitter Foundry makes us a 1/1, I guess. We play the Karn and minus. It's really bad. Still can't play the Narset, still can't play the Cryptic, still can't do anything. So these 4 cards are just off. These 4 cards just don't do anything. I think we have to play out the Karn. And see if we draw something. Oh, they have a counterspell. Mana Drain. Understandable. Well, Jace the Mind Sculptor. They block as expected. Don't care how they go in there. We play out a Retrofitter Foundry. That's all we got. We have 0 cards in hand right now. We're live to draw some stuff, I guess. Homage. They have 7 cards in hand and they're the Monarch. And we still can't cast a double blue card because we're 15 cards deep and we have 2 lands. I mean, what if we bottom a mountain? That wouldn't have done anything for us. Isn't that what happened? I don't remember at this point. At this stage of the game, they have so many options in their hand that it's just going to take them a long while to get there. I'm surprised they're not just going to immediately Jace to try and look for stuff. Look at the top of our library, sure. They do not choose to put it on the bottom. Sure. They decide that I may draw whatever that uncastable or non-important card is. They get a freebie off Shell Dock next turn. Okay, what's this? Inkwell Leviathan. Alrighty. And then Orzhov Signet. Sure. Homage. Tails never fails. There's a Plains. Trinket Mage gets nothing now. It's pretty cool that we keep drawing the Trinket Mage after we draw all three of the things that it can go get. Certainly interesting, that's for sure. Well, I think we have to play this out. Play out the Trinket Mage even though it does nothing. Yep, we drew all four of our targets. We can make a Thopter. No, we can make a Servo. We can make a Servo and that's it. Understandable. Homage. They go to 16 cards in deck. I mean, I'm assuming they have the Tinker. They have the MOX, the Basalt Monolith, the Relic, the Courser Portal, the Orzhov Signet. Kinda just have all the cards. And there's a Monastery Mentor too. Cool. Okay. We have to play differently because we know they have Mana Drain. Okay, understandable. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, they just had everything. Not really a whole lot I can do about that. Ravages. I mean, if we're only gonna draw 2 lands anyway, we may as well blow up theirs, right? Blade Splicer. No, Relic Warder is fine, but it's just way too mana intensive. We can't cast that card. So we just resubmit just like this and draw poorly again? I don't know. Would have been a lot of cards that would have been good there, but instead we just didn't draw anything worthwhile. We'll take the play. This does cast the Nahiri, so I think we keep it. And we'll play out the Retrofitter turn 1 as well. Yeah. Whoops. This is it. Go ahead. Shell Dock. Sure. Gonna play out the Gruul Signet. Next turn we have the Nahiri. we're gonna cast something. Oh, cool, we're casting a big boy. Mentor? Coalition Relic. Does this only do tapped artifacts? Yes, it does. Alright, that's fine. Steam vents. No thanks. We're casting an Ahiri. Deep in the tank, I guess. Are they pondering countering this? Because if they have a counterspell, like, I'm kind of just fucked. We will exile the MOX Pearl. Try a little bit to cut them off of some mana. They get possibly 5 mana anyway. Not really a whole lot I can do about that. So I won't. Retrofitter Foundry doing nothing, because our opponent just is too quick. And they drew their MOX again. Chase the Mind Sculptor. It's not ideal. With no pressure, must be nice. They're just gonna do that. That seems bad. What do? They decide I can have it. Okay. It is a mountain. Alright. Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that we are running face first into the Custody Lich. If we just play out the Bone Crusher. That's interesting. I don't know if we do anything with it now, though. Just artifacts and creatures, yeah. So I think we just stomp that. Hold that mana leak. What, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 mana. Well, I think we do stomp, but I think we can stomp on their turn. I don't think we really have a reason to do any of it now. I think holding up the mana leak and the retrofitter is a good plan. They're gonna Coalition Relic and not miss the land drop, of course. Why would they do that? Potentially 6 mana this turn. Okay. Yep, that's a second black. Smells like... Alright, well they're on the brainstorm plan now. We don't have an Arset to punish them. What you got? -8, huh? Well, we can do it. They're not really pressuring the Nahiri. There's the Custody Lich. I do think that we mana leak that. Can't do it with that mana, I have to do it with this. Okay. Now I think we just make a servo. Alright. Trinket Mage? Trinket Mage gets us a MOX. Yeah. I do think we play it. I mean, they can't really bounce it. We'll go get a MOX Emerald. Problem is, do we even play it or do we just pitch it? I think we do play it. Or do we? We tapped out of all of our red mana, so we can't do anything with the Bone Crusher. I think we just discard it. Draw a mountain. We'll play out a mountain. Then we can hold up the stomp. Attack at Jace. If they want to just Fate Seal us next turn to insulate themselves against damage, that's fine. I'm not really worried about them doing that. 4 cards in hand. We do need... Well, actually, I probably should have just let the Custody Lich resolve and metamorphed it. That would have been so much better. They would have drawn a card, but we would have the Monarchy right now. Well, you live and you learn, you know? Also could have Bone Crushed it after the fact, if they had something to do about it. Doesn't seem like they have any free counter magic. Right now we are in a bit of a driver's seat with the Nahiri ticking up. They do have to do something, but it looks like they're trying to this turn. Time Warp. Well, I can't really do anything about that, so I won't. That just means they redraw with an extra card. Sure. Time Warp is a divination in this instance. Oh, they have more to do? Is it Signet? Okay, so it's a really, really, really good divination. But so far I'm not seeing anything that's going to win them the game off that Time Warp, so... And when you take into account that they don't have any shuffle effects currently in play, it's not like they're seeing anything really too new with the Jace. They're just seeing stuff that they put away last turn plus 1 additional card. And they are still facing down some damage on the board. So they do have to be wary. We also have the Stomp in our hand. Sure. Not worried about that. If they choose to leave a card on top, then I can just put it back with Nahiri if I want to. They chose not to use it again. A Signet? Well, that's the problem with running so many bits of mana. You do eventually have to do things with it. Otherwise, it's not doing anything for you. 4. Oh, is this Niv Mizzet? Jesus Christ. Every time? Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that one. Must be nice. Jeez. Yeah. All things considered, they've had a pretty great draw so far. Bonk that. Sacrifice my servo. Make a flyer. Untap. Mana Crypt. Unfortunately for us, that does nothing. We can cast a Bone Crusher though. And we can keep up the Foundry. Yeah. Attack all at Jace. This has been pretty rough. Ugh. We get to make a 4/4 here, but they get to draw a lot of cards. Put another counter, they have 1,000,000 mana. Be nice if we could draw some of our power cards instead of just stuff. More mana sources at this stage of the game. Worst part is we're kind of behind on drawing lands. So we're actually more likely to draw lands at this point than we were before. They're only a little ways away from... Okay, sure. What's this? Basalt Monolith. Understandable. They are at 11 minutes. We're at 10 though, so we do have to find a way to end the game. We also have to kill this Nahiri, otherwise they go get an Inkwell next turn. But they might just have it in their hand anyway though, so who knows. Is this it? It would be pretty funny if this was it. Because we can Phyrexian Metamorph. Winds of Abandon. Well, I can't really do anything about that now, can I? Yeah. We passed up on that card. Not that it would have done us anything in any of our drafts, games so far, but we did pass it up. We're gonna look at our top card again. Why are we up at the top? Okay, well, it doesn't tell us what they did. They have another Planeswalker. They've just drawn, like, all the same cards they did last game. And that's the good to ready, the one that makes them blockers. Alrighty. Doesn't do anything. Yeah. Well, pretty rough. Where's Druid Sandstorm? Yeah, they gotta be somewhere near the top, right? Damn. Yeah, maybe not. There's Newmont. Wonder how he's doing these days. Pretty nice guy. Well, see if we can get some redemption with the old 2-1. I mean, we have the tools. We just have to draw the cards. So far, it's been Through the Breach with no payoff, Sneak Attack with no payoff. Our opponent has perfect interaction for it. Or we draw specifically our one card to put into play with it, and not a way to put it into play. So we'll go on the play this time. Have a hand that doesn't look bad. We have a Thirst, we have a Triome. We'll keep it. And do we just go for the gold this turn? Play the Steam Vents, discard the Rogren Triome to the MOX Diamond, play the Mana Crypt. Yeah, I think we do. Feels like we're not really incentivized in a game that goes long. We have to just try and win the game as fast as possible. Hard to play fair Magic when your opponent always has Fractured Identity, Mana Crypt, stuff like that. So it's better to just play this land if we're not going to. Well, yeah, we'll start with the Mox Diamond. Pitch Steam Vents. Cast a Mana Crypt. Play a Thirst for Discovery. We will pitch a basic land. Play a Triome. Pass the turn. Well, that was pretty good. Now we have a Fractured Identity in our hand and a Metal Worker. Looks like they have something to do on turn 1. If it's Thoughtseize, I'll feel pretty dumb. Inquisition of Kozilek. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, they get rid of Mana Leak, obviously. Only card that actually does anything in my hand. Fails one the flip. Monastery Mentor. We are going to play it. Undo. We'll play for with this. Bink. And we'll pass the turn. Nothing to do. We'll even yield till the end of my turn. No. I guess there's situations where we wouldn't. They're gonna look at their top 3. Understandable. Fractured Identity is much worse when your opponent knows about it. Not really anything I can do about that, though. Yeah, heads. Heads on the flip. It's 50-50 every time, but, well, let's just put it this way. It never feels like 50-50. Even though it is. We'll play out the Hallowed Fountain. And we will not pay life. Just go to combat and bonk them for 2 with our 3 mana 2/2. Certified Hood Classic. 3 mana 2/2 Vintage Cube. Off of our Mana Crypt. Are we gonna get mind twisted? That'd be pretty funny. One hour, 19 minutes in. Feels like it. Cool. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Just get the great 2-for-1. Understandable, I guess. So there are cards that punish us heavily for playing out the Metal Worker, and the Metal Worker doesn't really do anything, so we won't play it. We will, however, stomp them end of turn. Bonk. Okay, there's a Signet. We will play it. Then we'll just pass. Of course, that perfect card against what we had took us off of Fractured Identity, so we have to draw a land if we want to cast it. Gilded Drake, another reactive card that doesn't do anything. So we'll just cast a Bone Crusher Giant. Use the mana in my pool, please. Okay. I guess they're pondering whether or not they want to kill it on my end step. Mystical Tutor. Oh boy. Can't wait to see what this is. Something that's going to kill me, I'm sure. Echo of Eons. I was not expecting that one. Dark Ritual. Alright, I guess I am facing the Storm deck now. Frantic Search. I guess I can pitch the Echo of Eons. And then untap an island and use it. I have no way to punish them because I drew nothing. Understandable, I guess. Cabal Ritual. Cool. Echo. Yeah. I mean, we have cards in our hand, we just have to do things with them. We do have two different ways to put this Blightsteel into play. Just have to draw one someday. If we get another turn, they draw the Frantic Search again. Odds are low, but evidently never zero. What else? Another Inquisitional Kozilek. Brawl. This could be the last. Yep, the Inquisition again. I swear, sometimes it feels like my opponents just have 20 card decks with the same exact 20 cards every game. Portent again. They just drew the same exact hand that they had the whole time. Same Frantic Search. Same Portent. Tendrils for 9. This does not actually do it. It's close, but they do need something else here. They probably just have the last card. The command. Kolaghan's command. That's probably what they have in their hand right now. They're just gonna kill us when they take their next turn. That would be pretty funny. I'd love to go get a MOX, yes please. MOX Emerald. Play it. Play out a Porcelain Legionnaire. Go to combat, beats for 4. Next turn we can start making constructs. Try to chew through their life total a little faster. Or we would if they didn't have literally the exact card that kills us. Come on, just cast it. I know you wanna. No? Leovold. Okay. Yeah, Leovold does not really threaten me that much. Time Twister. Okay. Wow, just every single thing they could possibly need. However, we get a Leovold now. There's a Blightsteel doing nothing for us yet again. Okay, is there an easier way to do this? Just come on, let's try it. Okay. White. Blue. Something. 5 mana. There. I would love to. What do they have, Force or something? Okay, they don't. So now we attack with this, and not with this. Just no reason to do it. We are, of course, still dead to a million things, not the least of which is just a hard cast Tendrils. But you know what? I can't really do anything about that, so I won't even try to. Willing to bet it'll be Kolaghan's command that kills us, though. Damnation. Cool. Perfect board wipe, doesn't draw me any cards. Yeah, the exact card that would get them out of that situation, I guess. Goblin Electromancer. Cool. Just in a nick of time, huh? Very nice. What a joke. That's pretty brutal. What does something for us? Luris is only 2 or less, so it literally can only get us back Gilded Drake and this shit that doesn't go to our graveyard. Expansion Explosion seems pretty bad against what they're doing. I mean, I guess it can copy that, but it's when I cast, not when I copy, so I just get 1 copy of Tendrils. Not really good enough. Yeah, let's see if we can, I just have a feeling this is going to be one of those O3s that you've heard so much about. And full disclosure, I don't really think it has that much to do with my play. Like, look at this hand. This hand is great. I have a turn 1 Trinket Mage to go get a MOX. And we have a Fractured Identity in my hand and a removal spell. All that, and you know what? I don't feel even remotely confident. They were on a mult of 5, weren't they? I'm pretty sure they were. Either way, it just, it has not panned out. We'll do it anyway. Okay. Would love to. We'll go get the MOX Diamond so that we have the white mana. End the turn. Now, if they have Inquisition again, they get to steal the Bone Crusher. Nope, they have a Steam Vents and a Portent. Yep, same 20 cards. Opponent just gets to have the same exact cards every game. Guess we have to draw these same cards as well, so it's not that different, but damn if it doesn't feel like their cards are doing more for them. Heads. Monastery Mentor, huh? We are going to play it. We have a Stomp to make a Monk as well. Okay, let's see what they got. Now what I wouldn't want to see here is like a brawl. If they play a brawl, I just have to, you know, shock their face. Electromancer, however, is perfect. Pretty happy to see that. I don't care. Whatever order. Alright. Heads. Tails, I lost the flip. Oh well. Nothing to Fractured Identity, so we'll just cast a Bone Crusher for this and this. Go to combat, attack all, pass turn. We are chewing through our life total, but we're also chewing through theirs. Now they're kind of under the gun, they need something here. Just our luck they have Anger of the Gods though. For all. Nothing. Okay. Heads. Tails, you lost the flip. Well, can't really do anything about that, so instead we'll just attack. Now what we can do is if they play any kind of creature, we can Through the Breach the Gilded Drake. And what that does is we get their creature, they get this, and then at the beginning of the end step, this creature gets sacrificed. At least I'm pretty sure that's how the interaction works. Pyretic Ritual, yeah, or they just combo off and kill us this turn. You know, not a whole lot I can do about that. There's a Frantic Search. Are they just looking for a Wrath here, or are they trying to win the game? Because if they win the game here, well, good for them. Desperate Ritual. Underworld Breach with 8 cards. Understandable. Frantic Search. Yeah. Well, they can do some frantic searching here, I suppose. Discard 2 cards, and what, it's exile 3? Yeah, they can just do this for a million years, I guess. Thankfully, if they had the Electromancer, it would have been much better. There's the Leovold. Past in Flames, Desperate Ritual. Well, they can't really Past in Flames here. They don't have the mana. Not yet, anyway. They have to exile 3 to do it. Portent, Goblin Electromancer, Leovold. Make a Desperate or Pyretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual, yeah. As expected here. 3, 4, 5. Frantic Search. No. What are they doing? Frantic Search, okay. I mean, at this point, if they have the card, I just lose. Because I flipped 3 Mana Crypts in a row. Did they find it? Echo of Eons. Okay. Well, that draws them some cards, but... Time Twister? Yeah. Cryptic Command. On the cusp of being cast, but not quite. Metamorphose. Okay. Ritual. Alright, they concede. Well, that was a game. We played cards that didn't matter. They fizzled out. I wonder if we'll ever just get to do the thing. You know, the entire thing we based our deck around. Sneak Attack and Through the Breach in these 2 cards. or if we'll just never ever ever draw them together ever. You know, it's like a 50-50. Yeah, I think we just submit again, just like this. Nothing to do but try harder, I guess. Right? We don't really have a deck that's good for pressure. Guess we have Ravages of War. We can Ravages them. We Ravage Armageddon. Take out Cryptic Command because it's an impossible to cast card. And nope, we don't get to do it because we submitted already. Whoops. Would have been interesting. So if we draw specifically Cryptic Command or don't know. I don't know. If we draw the Cryptic, we'll know that that would have been a land destruction instead. They're going to decide whether or not they're playing first. They decide to play first. We have a turn 1 Gruul Signet, turn 2 Karn. It's pretty good. We have the mountain. We have all of our mana. That's nice as well. We'll keep it. We really just need a way to toss this Blightsteel into play now. Spire Bluff Canal is fine. Fractured Identity against the no targets deck. Probably should have taken that one out. Alright. Question is, do we search for cards with Karn? Or do we just start making Karnstructs? I think we just make Karnstructs because we'll be making a pair of 3/3s. And then we can draw cards right after. Okay. And we also need to keep in mind that they could also just like Pester might Splinter Twin us at any time, and we have very little we can do about it. There's a Mox Diamond. Do we play it? I think so. Yeah. Alright. Now we get to see if they have it. And we got nothing else. We just have to pass turn. I mean, the only other way, yeah, like, we don't have triple blue, so if we reveal both of our counter spells, we can't beat Splinter Twin anyway, because we only have the double blue for Cryptic. They just give us the Cryptic and put the Mana Leak under. So, what we got? Are they pondering a frantic search? I know if they just have like Pestermite or something, they just run it out right now. 2 cards in hand, it's not like things are going to get better. Either way, I think this specific turn right here decides whether or not this is a win or a loss. Mystical Tutor. Okay. This Echo of Eons. Opponent doesn't have anything to say. 4 AM, huh? Rough. Frantic search, okay. Yeah, they can have a frantic search, that's fine. And they will do it. Seems like they're looking for a land. They have no black mana. They're gonna pitch in Echo Vions. That'd be pretty funny. I wouldn't mind. I mean, our hand does nothing as is. It might even draw us directly into the combo. But they are on a definitive clock. Okay. Inquisition 1000-Year Storm. Yeah, those cards are not really castable right now, are they? Which means that their hand was so bad that they had to pitch those instead of doing anything else. What's this? Electromancer? Sure. We can just get rid of that with the Fractured Identity. And I think we will. Unless we draw exactly an artifact on our draw step and then get another one from Karn, which I'm pretty sure is impossible. I don't know how many other artifacts we have. It's definitely going to be just exile the Electromancer. I mean, who knows, maybe with this combination of cards they'll find a way to do something. Can't be Yogg-Will because they only have the 2 mana. Alright, they do nothing with their mana. We do nothing with our mana. I think we start with this. Okay. Thirst for Discovery and Mountain. Fair enough, I suppose. We'll play out a Mountain. Then we'll just exile that. Right. And this. And... we'd like them to at least believe that we have the blue open. Yeah. Oink. Go for 10. Now they might think that we have the mana leak or something similar. Although at this point they can't really play around it because they're dead on board. So they kind of have to go for it. Not really any options for them there. Okay, well, that's a 2-1 finish for us. Pretty far away from what I was hoping for, but, you know, I can't really do anything about that now. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and derived some value from it, even if it's just laughing at my failure. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment if you wish. I would greatly value that. And you've been watching Robot Rallis. Have a nice night.